Good morning, my beautiful people. Hope you're having a great start to your Monday morning. And this Monday morning, I want to talk about the greatest team player to ever play a team sport, the GOAT of GOATs, the great Tom Brady. You should know that Tom Brady has already announced his retirement from the NFL. And if you haven't done so, I highly recommend that you watch The Man in the Arena. It is a great documentary on Tom Brady's football playing career and a lot about his life. But the reason I want you to see that show, it's not so that you can become a Tom Brady fan if you're not already, but it's because there's a lot of great lessons to be learned in that documentary. I'm going to discuss 4 lessons that I particularly learned and that I will be applying into my life. And I'll begin with the first one, and that is, do not be afraid of competition. Tom Brady was never afraid of competition. In fact, he thrived on competition. Tom Brady was not a number 1 recruit out of high school. He went into a football powerhouse that already had a superstar quarterback, and he competed, and he was not afraid of that competition, and he was able to flourish in that environment. Same thing happened when he went to the NFL. He was not a number 1 pick. He went to a football program that already had a superstar quarterback. Once again, he worked his ass off and got the starting job. Number 2, you gotta believe in yourself, people. When no one else believes in you, you still have to believe in you. As I mentioned before, Tom Brady was not a number 1 recruit, was not a number 1 draft pick. He had many retractors, many haters, but yet he believed and had the confidence in his ability, and that's why he flourished. Number 3, self-care, people. You have to take care of you. Take care of your mental health and your physical health. Tom Brady did just that. Even when the stuff that he was doing was extremely unconventional. People doubted him. In fact, he had to sign, if I'm not mistaken, he had to sign waivers with the team because the team didn't agree with what he was doing. But people, it worked. That guy at 44 was still performing at the highest level in one of the hardest positions, the hardest team positions in any sport. And lastly, is you have to perform under pressure. How do you, let me just go back a little bit and talk about that. Most of us never get tested. I mentioned this before. You have to put yourself in uncomfortable positions so that you are tested, because you're never going to know how you're going to react when you are truly tested. There's been many, and one that I just talked about, which was the number 1 draft pick, which was the quarterback that I mentioned in Michigan State when Tom Brady started. That guy was destined for greatness, but he was never tested until he entered the NFL. That guy did not have a long career. But Tom Brady, on the other hand, that guy was tested constantly. There is no other player that I would rather have under center when the game's on the line and we only have 2 minutes left in the game. That, my friends, is being tested. And Tom Brady had the ability to be calm and collective under pressure. Well, that, my friends, are the 4 lessons that I learned watching The Man in the Arena. Hope you guys watch it. Hope you pick up some new lessons from it. Hope you get something out of it. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.